Welcome, everybody, to the Multiverse of Fandom podcast. I'm Demo, and this is Pete, and this is a new podcast we're bringing to you covering all things nerd-related, comics, books, anime, manga, video games, pretty much anything that you think is nerd-related, we're going to talk about. Black Widow. So comes out July 9th, and we have free movie passes to see it.
Yeah, we had an ordeal at the movie theater. Yep. We got switched theaters because they accidentally showed Peter Rabbit. So yeah, you could.
Which would probably have been a better movie than Fast and Furious.
Did you see? I don't want to trash that. But yeah, they moved us into like some bigger upscale kind of luxury theater, and they ended up giving us free passes. We could see that for free, which is exciting after a year. What was it?
A year and a half.
A year and a half.
A year and a half plus of waiting.
So I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, so far the preliminary reviews have nothing but good things to say. Obviously, we're not going to base our opinions off of those.
Yet, I mean, I've heard it was great. I heard, and it's obviously everyone knows it's obviously a prequel. Yeah. It takes place before the events of Endgame, which is I'm kind of looking forward to. It's going to be interesting because we could get some cameos. I'm not ruling it out. We could get a Cat, maybe.
Cap.
I doubt Iron Man, but I guess because she was in a few of his movies, maybe he'd show up.
I'm excited for it. I mean, the one thing with Marvel movies, it's going to be very well put together. It's going to be high budget, high quality, a lot of fan service.
Well, that's why they waited so long to release it. Like all these movies that went to streaming right away, they were like, we don't want to do that because our movies make money.
Exactly.
And I'm sure it's going to be a packed theater, regardless of what's going on in the world, because it's Marvel and it's Black Widow. And honestly, in my opinion, probably one of the movies they should have made so long ago. Like they waited so long for this movie. I don't know if like what the reasoning was, but I feel like Black Widow should have had her movie maybe even after Civil War or like Winter Soldier.
Well, I mean, like you said, it's a prequel, and I think they really, I'm not sure how much more they can shock the world with at this point in the storyline. I'm not a big Marvel comic fan, so I'm not quite sure where the story's going to go. But because it does happen before the events of or following the events of Civil War, I'm sure there's going to be something in there, whether it be like an end credit scene or something that sets up another
something. Yeah, sets up something. This is the first movie actually of Phase 4.
Yeah.
So they have to do something. And you said so. This actually takes place right after Civil War. Okay, so we could get a Cap.
Could get a Cap. Could get an Iron Man there. Maybe Spider-Man.
That'd be cool.
That would be.
Cool. We'll see. But then there's like, have you heard the theories of Black Widow and Cap? There's some theories that at the end of Endgame, when Cap's talking to Sam, and he like gives him the shield, he like puts his hand on him, and he sees the wedding ring. Everyone assumes it's Peggy, but there's like a theory that when he's going back to put the stones and the Soul Stone, Natasha's there, and they're kind of like her and Red Skull are like confused because they don't know what's going on, and then Cap shows up and saves her or whatever, gets her out of there because he puts the Soul Stone back, and then when he goes back in time to see Peggy, she's already with somebody that ends up being her husband because there's a Peggy Carter show that was out, and she had a love interest in that that she ends up marrying, and then she has like her niece that's I forget her name, but she was in Falcon and Winter Soldier, she was in Civil War, I think, all those movies. She was in a lot of the Cap movies, and so the theory is that Peggy marries the other guy, I don't know who he is, and then Cap and Black Widow get married, and that's why he tells Sam, when Sam asks, "You want to tell me about her?" He goes, "I don't think I will," because then they're going to be like, "Well, she's alive." Like, yeah. But they just like kind of leave that open, and we might get answers in this movie.
Interesting, very interesting. Well, it's like I said, I mean, with Marvel, you're never going to be dissatisfied. They're always going to throw something at you to keep.
And no one's ever dead. Clearly,
exactly.
No one's ever dead.
Well, you see, as opposed to Fast and Furious, where we have the same situation, they're doing it the right way.
Yeah,
they have
a good story. They have plans, and I'm sure they've had something, because I don't think they would just like like obviously we're getting the Black Widow movie, but how many times can you make a prequel?
Exactly.
And I'm sure they don't want to just kind of like toss Scarlett Johansson to the side because she's been with the franchise forever. Like she was she in the first Iron Man or just the second? I can't remember.
Like the credit scene or the end of the
She was
movie.
like in the movie, like
Oh,
because I think the second one. I think the second one was the first one that she was in.
I don't think it was the first one. It might have been the second one.
Let me look it up. But they like I don't think they would just toss her to the side. And I don't think she said anything about wanting to it's like stop because like obviously Robert Downey Jr. didn't like I don't think he wanted to continue playing Iron Man
No, I think
past
I
Endgame.
think he made it perfectly clear what his. But I mean, when they say these things, when they say they don't want to keep playing them, and the studios offer them however X money to be in 5 minutes of the movie,
Yeah,
I don't
they'll
think
they'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they mind that. But I mean,
Oh, she was in the first one.
she was.
Yeah, she was in the first one. So yeah, she's been with it pretty much from the start.
She must have been towards the end.
I don't think so. I feel like because I remember her like fighting those like guys in like the office or whatever that building that she went in to break into, whatever it was. I think she was like
No. She was in 2.
Iron Man 2008. It says Scarlett Johansson.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was at the end. Maybe that's why she's not.
Yeah,
like,
they didn't credit her. What the heck? That's
Interesting.
Whatever. Well, I mean, like you said, I mean, it looks like it's gonna be a great movie. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that they could do with that. Like we could get Clint, we could get Cap, we could get Iron Man, we could, I guess even Spider-Man. You get a lot of people in that movie. I'm sure it'll be good.
And